Good morning. So, today I'm going to look at a chart of a friend of mine. I've been doing all these videos about archetypes, and a lot of people are a little bit confused, so I'm just going to spell it out as simply as I can. So, let's just jump right into it. This is my friend Shawnee. It feels weird introducing somebody via their chart. Anyway, um, so your personal archetype is the ruler of the first house. Okay, so one of the things you need to start to memorize is what signs go to which planet. Okay, so Mercury owns Virgo and Gemini. So when we look at the ruler of the first house, which represents who you are in your personal archetype, um, then we look at Virgo here, and then we look at Mercury next, because Mercury owns Virgo. Okay, so Shawnee's personal archetype is Mercury in Cancer, because that's where Mercury happens to be. So we look at the ruler of the first house. In this case, it's Mercury, and Mercury in her chart is in Cancer. Her personal archetype is Mercury in Cancer in the 10th house, because that's this house. So it always goes house 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. This is the 10th house. The ruler of the first is your personal archetype. And while we're on it, the ruler of the 10th is your business archetype, your professional archetype. So, and that's Gemini. So her business and personal archetype are the same. They're both Mercury and Cancer. That's gonna lead her to be to have a very professional edge to her. Okay, so and then how you interpret this is, so her personal archetype is Virgo, bringing Virgo to Cancer. So Virgo is and Mercury, first of all, so Mercury is the messenger. Its archetypes include being a scientist, a messenger, a teacher, and the sign of Virgo is the scientist as well. And so bringing that scientific quality to the 10th house of career. So bringing precision to the business world, bringing accuracy, bringing detail. So whatever she does professionally, she's going to bring to that a detail-oriented, expert, scientific perspective. And it's she's bringing that to Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is representative of sort of a caretaker, emotional awareness, and emotional self-expression. So she's bringing a scientific perspective to the realm of emotions. And if you knew what she does professionally, she's basically in the realm of therapy. She's a therapist, so it makes perfect sense. And she's gonna have this very accurate scientific approach to it, but then really be able to really understand their other people's emotions. And then she's a sun right here in Cancer, bringing that solar energy to Mercury. So it adds that quality of the sun. And the solar energy is bright, entertaining, lighthearted, free-spirited. There's a leadership quality to it. There's a royal, regal quality to it. So that adds to her archetype because it's sitting right there next to Mercury. So that's really helpful for business as well. So she'll really shine in the professional world. And so basically when we talk about living in alignment with your archetype, so we got her archetype is, a messenger, teacher, scientist, bringing precision to the realm of emotions in the professional world. So the fact that she's a therapist makes perfect sense, and it's very in alignment with her archetype. And also, she'll find this desire to shine in, in her archetype, the best way for her to shine is in a professional setting. And so that's going to be important for her to do. And it's a really great set up for a very successful career. While we're on it, so you can kind of keep following this chain here. So Virgo leads us to Mercury. Mercury's in Cancer. Cancer's owned by the moon, so you can kind of keep following a trail here. You could go forever, but I don't recommend going more than 2 steps into this. But since these 3 major planets here are all sitting here in Cancer, and Cancer is owned by the moon, we want to kind of see, okay, what's the moon doing? So the moon's in Libra, and Libra is going to soften this Cancer energy a little bit. So um, Libra has this desire to be a little more even keel and a little bit more, non-confrontational. And so that Libra energy is going to soften that kind of emotional energy a little bit. So that's a nice kind of counterbalance to all of this stuff going on. And in my other talks lately, I've been talking about how the moon can hijack the chart. So just while I'm on it, the moon in Libra can sort of steal focus from this chart by wanting to be non-confrontational. So moon in Libra really kind of needs harmony and will kind of try to maintain harmony at all costs, and sometimes the cost of kind of their own well-being at times. So if this person is really avoiding confrontation on a handful of subjects or with a particular person for a long period of time, that's going to steal focus from the chart, because there's going to be a preoccupation with avoiding that conflict, and it's going to steal focus from all of this endeavor in the 10th and 11th house, which is all about career and humanitarianism and altruism, which is sort of her true core nature. So wanting to avoid conflict is would be a big theme in terms of the personal development of this person. And the last thing I'll touch on is, because it's fun, is the 7th house archetype, which is our partner archetype. And it's not necessarily what we want in a partner, it's just the partner that we are destined to have. And it's more specifically, it's the first marriage. It progresses 1 house for every marriage. So this is your first marriage, second marriage, third marriage, etc. So we do the same thing we did before. It's the ruler of the 7th house is the archetype of the partner. So Pisces is owned by Jupiter. Jupiter is right here in Cancer. So this is her partner archetype, and it's sitting right here with with her main archetype. So this is the part that's like very in alignment with her. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So this is someone who's going to be really well received by all this Cancer energy. There's just a really strong, intense connection. Jupiter in Cancer is really magnanimous and really accepting, accommodating, very emotionally available, and curious and supportive. So really amazing, and a phenomenal combination of signs. Again, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, means it's really held to really high regard, and so it's a great situation. I haven't really caught up with Shawnee in a while, but odds are she's attracted by now a really amazing partner who really is very supportive and loving. And I could go on for days and days and days, but I just want to kind of get the archetype things cleared up again. So your personal archetype, ruler of the 1st house. You want to look at that planet, see what sign it's in, what houses it's in, and what energy it's carrying with it. So in this case, carrying Virgo to Cancer to the 10th house. Here we got her partner archetype, for example, is Pisces leads us to Jupiter in Cancer, bringing that Pisces energy to Cancer. But again, very compassionate, emotionally aware person, very worldly, very again, accommodating. So that's kind of the basics, and I really hope you guys start to understand this, because once you start to understand your archetype and you understand the archetypes of other people, you can really start to understand where they might be falling short, where they're going to be falling into little traps, and how you can really step into your power. And your power is always when you put yourself really in your archetype. So that's it. All right, well, I hope that was helpful, and please ask me any questions, and please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.